Chapter 2, Section 3, Adding and Subtracting Rational Numbers. We have 4 objectives for today. I can add fractions, I can subtract fractions, I can add terminating decimals, and I can subtract terminating decimals. Our first example is about Tom. Tom ran the 100-meter dash in 11.5 seconds last year. This year he improved his time by 568 thousandths of a second. How fast did Tom run the 100-meter dash this year? What we know about time is to be faster means that our time has decreased. So we're going to start with our 11.5 seconds and subtract. Notice that the 2 decimals are lined up vertically. In the places where we don't have any values, we have to add 0 so that we have something to take away from. After we borrow and subtract, we get 10 and 932 thousandths of a second. So that was Tom's time for the 100-meter dash. You can see in this example adding and subtracting with like denominators. Anytime the fractions have common denominators, such as this example, 1/5 plus -4/5, the numerators can just be combined with the same denominator. So it's really 1 plus -4 over 5. 1 plus -4 is -3. Also notice the placement of the negative. It can go in the numerator, it can go in front of the entire fraction, or it can go in the denominator, which is not shown. Remember, with integers, subtracting a number is the same as adding its opposite. So let's add or subtract. Write each answer in simplest form. Example A is in your notes. -2/9 minus 5/9. We see a common denominator, which means that we can put the numerators together. -2 minus 5. Remember, when you're at -2, subtracting 5 means moving 5 to the left, giving us -7/9. Example B, 6/7 plus -3/7. Again, we have a common denominator, so we can combine the numerators to be 6 plus -3, which really is also the same as 6 minus 3, leaving us with 3/7. And both answers are already in simplest form. Evaluate the expression for the given value of the variable. Remember, when we evaluate something, we substitute the value in for the variable. So we have 7/10 plus m for m equals 3 1/10. Because it tells us here that m equals 3 1/10, we can replace m with the number 3 1/10. When we do that, we can go ahead and add the whole numbers because we have common denominators, which there is no whole number of 7/10, so it's 0 plus 3. The fraction 7 plus 1 over 10 is 8/10 for a total of 3 8/10. If we will simplify 8/10, we can divide both by 2, giving us 3 4/5. Our final example is decimals. We can also evaluate decimals. 12.1 minus x for x equals -0.1. Notice when we substitute -0.1 in, we have minus a negative. Subtracting an integer is the same as adding its opposite. So subtracting a negative is like adding a positive. 12.1 plus 0.1 is 12.2. That's the end of section 3 from chapter 2.